Well, hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the Friday night Onward conference call. Wasn't that music amazing? If you weren't on the phone listening, you missed it. You missed it. Some of my favorite songs are on there. So if you're a newbie with Avon, or maybe you're just a newbie to my live streams or my calls, welcome. Welcome. Hopefully you're going to leave here with less excuses and more reasons to do what you need to do in this business to be successful going into fourth quarters. Fourth quarters. Did you hear me put an S on that? Quarter. Thank you. And what is in my lemonade, right? I swear, it's just lemonade. And how, hey, Miss Kimmy, calling me gorgeous, aren't you sweet? And figuring out just really what it is that you want from this business that you have either started. Maybe you're somebody who has been in this business for quite a few years, but you feel like, I'm not really going anywhere, but I feel like I'm not doing it right. I'm not getting it right. What is it that I'm not doing? What is it that that is hindering me? And you know, I'm one for my posts on Facebook, you know that, and most everything that I post because it speaks to me, or it has spoken to me sometime in my life or in my business, and sometimes it gets me right between the eyes, and I know that if it's getting me between the eyes, then obviously it's going to get some of you between the eyes. And I think one of my favorite sayings that I just see time and time again, and some of you post it and it's picked up, is just that get out of your own way. If you want to know how to be successful in life or in business, you've got to get out of your own way, because I find that we are the ones who are putting these stresses on ourselves. We're the ones who are finding the excuses. We're the ones that we have an option to go this direction, and you see that it says roadblock ahead, but you're like, no, I think I can get around that roadblock. I'm not going to go this way. I'm just going to go straight for the roadblock, and you crash and you burn. And we're all guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. But some of you more than others, okay? That's the truth. Some of you more than others. With a group of over 16,000 representatives, believe me, I see my fair share of excuses. Oh, they all look like valid reasons at the time. Hey, Miss Sharon. Hey, Clara. It all looks like, yeah, this one's going to get me a pass, right? You are looking for a free hall pass, and I'm telling you, I'm not giving you any free hall passes tonight. You are going to decide whether you're just going to stay in that stagnated pond of doing nothing but just treading water to try to keep your head above water, or you're going to decide that you're going to do something more with your business, and you are going to take those excuses once and for all, and you are going to get rid of them. I mean, but really get rid of them. Like, put them in the garbage disposal of life. Like, cut those mofos up and chop them up, okay? Don't take them and put them in the back drawer. Don't take them and put them in the glove compartment of your car. Don't take them and put them in the back of the freezer just in case you need one. You need to take these excuses, and you need to take a pair of scissors. You need to write them down. You need to have yourself a little fire pit in the backyard. You need to take anything that is hindering you. You need to write it down, and you need to cut it up, burn it up, put it in the garbage disposal. I don't care what you do with it, but it's time for you to say, if I'm not going to be successful, it's not going to be because of all the reasons I have found not to be successful. It's going to be because I have done everything I'm supposed to do. And if I'm going to fail, I am going to fail forward. If I am going to fail at something, I'm going to be able to look back and say, I didn't let anything get in my way. Oh, Rosa, You cooking dinner? Girl, save me some. Okay, save me some. I'll be over right after the call. Okay, save me some. So, and we're going to talk about some of the excuses, because you know, there is just no way we can't call this out, right? You know, I hear people say all the time, you don't understand, Molly. You don't live my life, Molly. And you know what? You're right. I don't live your life, because I have a hard enough time living my life. Let me be real here. I have a hard enough time trying to figure out how I'm going to live life, take care of people that I take care of, do what it is that I need to do in life, and then say, I want to have a successful business. I want to finally do something that means something. You know, I can remember when I first started this Avon thing, and it was, of course, after my first divorce, or in the midst of it, where, you know, I was that person who I was told that, you know, it wasn't mine, everything was his. So when you find something that you could make yours, you don't want to share it. You know, I had to share my kids. You know, I had two wonderful boys, and, you know, I had to share them. But everything else, it was never mine. You know, everything in my life is just, it's always been, I have to share it. I was taught as a kid to share. It was good to share. But everybody needs something that they can call their own. And when I found this Avon thing, as far as it being a business, and I realized that I could actually do this sharing the brochure thing, and I could really get out there and do some sales in Avon, because I love the products. And I got excited sharing it, and I loved the brochure, and I knew that if I could find enough people like me who loved the products, that I was going to be in like Flint. You know, I could do this. But what I didn't want to do, I didn't want to share it. I can remember for the first time ever that my Avon business was something that I could say, this is mine. Do or die. Do or die. I was either going to be successful at this and not fail, and not let my ex, who said I would come crawling back to him, not let that happen, and decide that I want to make more than $8 an hour. And I was so tired of having bosses. But I had to have a boss in my life, you see, because I had to have a paycheck. But I was tired of it. I was tired of never feeling like I was paid what I was worth. But this Avon thing, this thing, and even if you're watching this, because, you know, my events are open to everybody, it can be anything. It can be that job that you wanted, the fact that you really wanted that nursing degree, the fact that you wanted to be a lawyer, the fact that you want to be that coach, the fact that, you know what, you are part of this organization, and maybe you are part of the volunteer fire department, but you wanted to learn everything, and you wanted to be the best because it was yours. You knew that you could go far in something if you owned it, if it was yours, if you were like, I know everybody tells me that I'm going to suck at this. And by the way, everybody did tell me that this was a waste of my time. Everybody did tell me, who I thought should have supported me, they all said, what are you thinking? Do you not have enough to worry about? I mean, seriously, what are you doing? And I'm thinking, I'm doing something I want to do. That's what I'm doing. I'm not doing it because somebody told me I had to. I'm not doing it because you know, I have a boss. I'm not doing it because, you know, okay, I'm doing it because I'm broke. That's why I was doing it. I'm doing it because I was broke. I was broke. I already had 2 jobs, and I needed more money. And I was determined that there had to be more people like me. You know, I didn't come into this business not knowing about Avon. I was a customer for 15 years. I am not the only one who feels that way. I am not the only one who goes, oh my God, Avon! I'm not the only one. I could not possibly be the only one. But I didn't want everybody to be right about me. I did not want everybody to be right about me. Yes, I wanted to prove my ex-husband wrong, but I wanted to prove my brother wrong. I wanted to prove, the people in my family wrong who thought I was crazy to do this, that I was going to have to go find people and give brochures. And I know you don't think I'm ordering from you every single campaign, so you can forget that. I learned that very quick. That was not going to happen, okay? I want you to know that when you really make the decision that you're not going to fail, you're not going to quit. When you make the decision that you got this and you're not going to stop trying to get where you know you want to go, you're going to have to draw your last breath for that to happen. That was me. I was broke. I was broken. I was a hot mess. And many of you are way above me here. Many of you are not broke or not broken, and you're not a hot mess. So see, I was there. But I had all the control in the world to do this. I had 2 other jobs. I had lost my home. I had every reason to have every excuse. I had no money. I had no savings. They were coming to get my car. I had every reason to feel sorry for myself. I had every reason to fail. Every reason. But something said, not this time. Not this time. I'm not going to fail at this. I felt like I had failed as a wife. I felt like I had been a failure as a mom. I felt like, I had been a failure as a daughter. I felt like there just wasn't much I did right. But I wanted to get this right. And I could do it my way. I didn't have to know 30 other ways that I knew something could be better, but the boss says, I want it done this way because this is the way it's always been done. And you will do it this way. Oh, you work for some of them, right? And if you don't now, you probably did. You just know there's a better way. You could show them, but they're too caught up with being the boss. I was going to be the boss, and I didn't even get that at first. But for the first time, I was going to have all the say. What I didn't realize then was it also gave me something else. Not only did I have all the decisions to make, I also had all the excuses. I also had the ability to have as many excuses as I wanted for this not to work or for me not to work my business. That's huge. I remember for the first 6 years of my business, I worked a full-time job and I worked a part-time job. And I was able to give that part-time job up about a year into my Avon career, and that was awesome because I was delivering newspapers then, and I was doing that twice a week. So I would Tuesday nights get up and work all day, do what I'm doing with my kids, and then I would get them, go pick them up from school, bring them back, and I would feed them and get the homework done and get them showered and get them to bed. And then at 11:30 at night, I would go out again. I would go out and I would deliver papers till 5:30 in the morning. And then I would run back home and I would get my kids out of bed and I would get them ready for school and take them to school and feed them breakfast and all that stuff. Then I would go to my main job and I would work my main job dead on my feet. And then I would go home and it was like this continually. So 4 days out of the week, I was dead. I did that for, a year and a half, 2 years. I don't know how I did that, but I did it because you will be surprised what you can do when you have to do it. When your kids depend on you and you have to put food in their mouth, you will be surprised how long you can stay up and work. You will be surprised how long you can do something that you don't think you can do when survival is the name of the game. Failure is not an option when you know you have to support your kids. Failure is not an option if you're responsible for taking care of your parents, for a brother, for a family member, special needs, whatever it may be. Failure is not an option. So I did it. I look back even now and go, what the heck was I thinking? And then I would go out and I said, I got to get customers for my Avon business. I did. Because I learned very quickly that the only way I was going to get rid of that part-time job was to make more money in my Avon business. That meant I needed more customers. But just because I knew I needed more customers did not mean that they were just going to suddenly appear. This was not like I Dream of Jeannie and she was going to grant my 3 wishes and could you please give me 150 customers right now who will place an order of no less than $50 so that I can support my kids, give up my jobs, and be great. No, guys. That is once upon a time. But I knew that if I found a way to work my business in every single day, I knew I could eventually make enough to give that part-time job up and not have to have 4 days a week where I was dead on my feet. I may still be tired from working jobs, but I didn't have to be that person. I did not have time for excuses in the beginning because, again, if I made an excuse, my kids were going to go hungry. They were going to come take my van. I wasn't going to have transportation to go to a regular job, far less anything else. So my excuses escaped me. And sometimes I'll be quite honest, I think a lot of the time, I mean, look, this company that we are a part of, that I'm a part of, that's called New Avon. When you hear new, it just, I don't know about you, but after everything that's been going on for the last year with New Avon and, Rep Fest and Project Runway now and giving away cars and cruises and, and owning up to stuff when they make mistakes and all these things that are happening, I just get warm and tingly. I do, because I'm like, I am so proud of where my company is going. My company, your company. Oh, you can say it's corporate's company. No, it's not. It's our company. I can remember sometimes I would be so agitated in life or with whoever was running Avon at the time. I can remember that I would look for them to do something wrong because that was an excuse to not perform. That was an excuse to not get it right. That was an excuse to say, well, I can sit back tonight. Shoot, if I'm getting those books ready, shoot, Avon ain't going to be able to get that order to me anyways. So why in the world would I even think about doing something right when they're going to do something wrong? Oh, it's so easy to let something or somebody else take the blame. Oh, it's so easy to put it all on corporate. I learned very quickly that my customers really did not give 2 craps what corporate was doing. Avon wanted to know, my customers wanted to know, how was I going to handle anything that happened in my business? My customers weren't looking to hear from the CEOs of Avon. They wanted to know, I was Avon. How was I going to handle it? Don't you get it? when you take on the position of being an independent sales representative / leader for many of you, your responsibility becomes great. And you should have a pride to know that it's up to you to work out the kinks, to make things better. People quit jobs every single day. I don't like the way that happened. You know, I was flipping burgers at the diner, and I knew what medium well was, but they decided medium well was going to be something else. And so I quit. I didn't like the way they was doing it. I can go flip burgers for somebody else. It's just that simple. Well, that's easy, right? Just walk away. Go get another job paying you $7.15 an hour. But these customers, they depended on me. These customers wanted to know that I had an answer if something was not coming in. And if I didn't have an answer, what was I going to do to make it right? What was I going to do to be the best representative I could be? Oh, I hear you all. Oh, you get in my group, something don't come in with Avon, and you're like, I just told them I don't get this company. I am so sorry that my company did not get that product to me. I don't know what gets into them. What is wrong? You know, I don't even know what I'm doing being an Avon representative. If I were your customer, I would never want to deal with you again. Ever. Wow, your business, and that's a stand you're going to take? You think that's the answer? Let's go back. Miss Ethel, I know they didn't have that bubble bath in for you, and I'm so sorry. And yes, you know, may not have been the most popular. Really, I get why you liked it. I thought it smelled really good. But I want you to know, they're bringing out 4 new scents in the bubble bath. Some of them are for the holiday. I really think that if we turn you onto one of these, you are going to love it. It's not even going to let you think about it. So I want you to know I've already been researching this. What would be the next thing that I know as your representative that you would love? Let's find something together that will make this good for you. I never had to talk about how bad I felt at that point that Avon was for getting rid of something. You know why? It's my company. It's my bread and butter. I don't take that lightly. And it is up to me to fix some problems that I can fix, because my customers don't give a hill of beans about what they're doing up in New York. What they want to know is, what am I going to do? Customer service. Look, Sharon, you know I'm not picking on you, girl, right? Okay, because you know I love you. Selling tips and all that, you know I do. I'm in your group. Boy, Sharon was busy doing her thing the other night. I think it was last night. She was going about living her life. She was not watching this group 24/7, as she shouldn't have to, just like I should not have to watch mine 24/7. But sometimes I do, because y'all don't know how to act right. And what happened? Boy, somebody talked about something with the A-boxes, and talked about not liking a polish, and talked about the fact that when the customer didn't like it, you know, they were said if they don't like that polish, they could exchange it for another polish. And she thought, man, that'd be a really good representative. And then we had some of you coming on going, why are you going to do that? Why are you going to start a precedent? Why, you know, that's a bad thing to do. I've been in this many years. I've done this. I've done that. You shouldn't do that. You should do that. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, who are you to tell this representative how they should run their business? Who are you to tell this representative what customer service is to them? Who are you who probably would lose a customer because you're not willing to bend an iota? You would rather tell this person that, what's wrong, honey? Is she showing you up, cupcake? She's not making an excuse about the customer not wanting this. She's saying, you know what? I just really feel like if this is a good customer, I'm gonna go the extra mile. I'm gonna get her. You know, I got some that are in stock. I'm gonna go show her this, see if she likes some of these. If I can make her happy and make the exchange, guess what? I'm going to do it because that's how I want to cater to my customers, because I want them to tell 15 more people about what kind of representative I am, because I want to be better than the ones who are shoving it down my throat how I should not make an exception for a customer. And nobody is trashing you for not doing it, but how dare you trash somebody for what they are trying to do? Shame on you. And no, I don't care if you leave my group, and I don't care if you bounce off my live stream right now. Customer service is customer service. Do or die. And if you know somebody's taking advantage of you, you will figure out how to do that. But you've got somebody coming onto a group that last I heard it was not your group, it was Miss Sharon's group, and she is in there saying, hey, you know, I would change it out. That's just me, but I think it kind of gives great customer service. If I've got some or can get one that's cheaper, and she says, oh my God, this is the best rep ever. I liked everything else and I got this set, but she was able to get me something that I really like to go with it. She's the bomb. I love her. What would you rather her? Would you rather them say, that old mean biddy don't trade nothing for nothing to save her life. She don't bend. She's like a straight arrow. She would break before she does anything. So that's how you want people to perceive you? Seriously. That's what you want to be? I had to tell you, I didn't even know I was in Sharon's group at first. I get on there, I'm looking, I'm reading these. I thought it was my group. I thought, this is Onward Gone Wild. What the? Well, they all know better than to do this in my group. And then all of a sudden I looked up, no offense, Sharon, and I said, oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Thank you very much. This ain't my group. I am so happy this is not my group, because I would have just had to bounce some people. But then I realized, the liberties that you take to beat up on somebody who feels she wants to do something that's a step up for her customer, a step up to make her a better representative, and you want to bash her for that. Oh, don't set that kind of precedence. What you think she just did? Went out and announced it and took out a worldwide billboard and said, guess what? If you're unhappy with something that comes in the set, I'm going to exchange it for you. 5 million of you, I want you to know that. What do you think that's what she did? This is between her and this customer. Seriously? If it's not a good move, she will figure out it's not a good move. If this is not a customer she should do this with, she will figure that out. You all are going to say, here's your excuse. Molly, I was trying to help her, Molly. You know how them customers can be, Mama. You know how them customers can be. They're going to take advantage, and she going to want her to do it every time. Let me ask you something. How do we learn what we should do in business? And since when do we treat every customer the same? I can't think of one customer in my business, and I probably have 500 customers that I treat the same. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Just saying. So your excuse of being a mean old biddy is that you're trying to help somebody. No. You just know that if you get enough people to act like you out there in the Avon business, you just know that then that validates you for being the person that you are. That's not cool. It's not cool. It's not cool to beat somebody up because they're trying to be a good person, a good representative, and a good representative for the company, may I say. Newbies, if you're on the call, if you're on the live stream, I forgot to warn you, buckle up. You're not always going to like what I say, but what you can respect is you're always going to hear the truth from me. You're always going to hear how I feel about something, and it doesn't mean that you have to agree with me. And there are many people who are on my live streams who have the greatest respect for me in this Avon business. And it's not because they do everything the way I do, but they do know that I am okay with what other people say and what they do. I am not okay with bullying in any sense of the word. Bullying has one place. It needs to be out the gates. in any aspect of the word, bullying needs to be done. And I am tired of it in my company. And I will do everything I can to make sure that everybody is called out for what it really is. Don't bully a representative in my world. Don't bully anybody in my world. It's not cool, and it makes you look like a very, very, very small person. You don't have to throw around how many years you've been in Avon. You don't have to throw around how great you think you are as a representative. If you are a great representative, if you are a great person, it's going to shine and it's going to show, Cupcake. You don't have to tell nobody about how great you are. They're going to figure out how great you are through your actions and what you do. If I have to walk around telling everybody that I think I'm great and I have been doing this long and I've got this many followers and I do this and I do that, and what can I do if I'm so busy talking about my dang self? If you can't see it in me, if you can't get it from watching my actions, then I need to quit talking, because one thing is for sure, I don't want it because you hear it from me. I want it because you know that I walk the talk. And if I don't like the walk that I'm walking, I'm not going to talk about it. Some of you make the excuse that your life is just too busy. You just cannot attempt to go make President's Club. It just takes too much work, baby. It's just, I do not have the time. I need you to say it correctly. As my husband Lee would say, don't tell me you don't have the time. Tell me it's not a priority. And then we can agree. Oh, I just stepped on some toes. Yes, I did. Tell me it is not a priority. Do not tell me you don't have time. You forget. I follow you on Facebook. I watch what you do. I hear you talk about your life. I know that it's not a priority. And listen to me. It is okay that it's not your priority, but quit telling me you don't have time. You have time for the Real Housewives of Orange County. You have time for The Young and the Restless. You have time for Game of Thrones or Thrones of Games or whatever it is that you're watching out there. You got time for whatever it is that you want, but you do not have time to work your business. So it's not a priority. It's not that you don't have time, because I have given you every method, every opportunity to work this business into your life. Your problem is that you signed the contract to be an Avon representative or whatever direct sales or whatever it is that you're doing. You signed up for a job, whatever you did. You thought it was going to be easy. You were convinced it was going to be okay. You thought customers were going to come bowing down at your feet, and it is not as easy as you think. And you're like, no, I just don't have time for this. No, because you want somebody to just lay a successful business at your feet. That's what you're looking for. It's not happening, okay? Read the face. There's no lie here. It's not happening, Cupcake, okay? It's not happening. The building of your business is completely up to you. You don't have time. You don't want to make time. Just saying. I didn't have time when I started my business. I had anything but time. There was no taping DVRs then. There was no sitting down with shows. I could not tell you what was on. I just could tell you that there was nothing in the refrigerator to eat. I could tell you that. I could tell you that my sons couldn't go get a pizza because I could not afford it. I could tell you that I was getting the notices in the mail that they were going to come take my van, or, you know, the fact that I had no money. Matter of fact, the bank had sent me many notices that I was in the red and I was being charged fees and this and that, and, you know, everything was nice. So I did not have time. I had all of this. You know what happened is I could not afford not to do it. I had to figure out how to put what I was doing into my life, my schedule, every single day. There was no such thing as taking 4 hours 3 times a week and working my business. Are you kidding me? I didn't have 30 minutes a day to put into my Avon business and say, okay, let me pencil this in. From 4:30 to 4:45, I will be working my Avon business. Are you serious? There are people that do that? Seriously, no. And you have other jobs or you have kids and everything too. You did that? No. Tell me you did not. No, it wasn't like that. You know how it is when they say be ready when you go into battle? When you go into battle, be ready. When you go into battle, have all your tools with you. When you go into battle, be prepared for anything that can come up. That meant a few things to me. Not a lot, but a few things to me. It meant brochures with recruiting flyers in them. It required no less than 25 of them in my car at all times, and 5 of them in my purse at all times. I didn't go into a store without my purse. I didn't go anywhere else without my purse. And it seemed like I had to stay in my car so they wouldn't come take it and repossess that son of a gun. So you know I was busy hiding that booger until I could get the payments caught up, right? So I was prepared for battle. I had a notepad and a couple of pens in my purse at all times. I had a button, a shirt, mostly a button in the beginning that Mary Ann had given me that said, "Hi, I'm your Avon lady." And I wore that booger everywhere I went. If I went to the bank, it was good. If I had to use a public toilet that was in the grocery store, I had that button on when I was walking in. And every place I walked out of, there was a book that had my name on it, with my e-store in it, with my phone number on it, with my email on it. You could contact me any way you wanted to. I had books that were hanging off a hook off the back of my daggone vehicle. Everywhere I went, I was determined people were going to know who Molly Stone-Bibb was. They were going to know that I was the Avon lady. They were going to know that when they saw that van with the Avon on it, that was Molly. We know that Avon lady right there. Yeah, she come in here all the time. Anybody who smiled at me, they were going to get a brochure. They were going to be offered a brochure. Let me tell you, I was prepared to go to war, sister. Let me tell you, I was ready. I didn't always know how I was going to do it. But I always had my ammunition, okay? I always had it. And when I didn't, I felt naked. It was like taking my shirt off right here, which we ain't going to do, okay? And it was like just going somewhere naked, okay? That's what it would have been like for me. I can probably think of, in almost 14 years, I can probably think of twice, that I never had business cards, brochures, something on my person. And you know why? Because I ran out of them, because I was busy making sure I was doing what I should be doing, and I was giving all of this out at the grocery store, at the bank, at the doctor's offices, at the McDonald's when I could afford to go through the McDonald's line. I did. If I was in trying to do something for a boss, I did it then. When I was out delivering newspapers, I had a whole bunch then. I would put them in the paper boxes with the papers. I would put them in the driveways. I would put them anywhere I could. If I was working, the only time I wasn't giving them out is when I was in my sleep. And I didn't get a lot of sleep because I was working all those jobs, but I was broke. And I was a hot mess, and I was broken, and I wanted out of it, and I was getting rid of the excuses. And no, I didn't have any time. So what I did is I fitted into everything that I did. I just got rid of half your excuses right there. Oh, but I don't have time to get them ready. Seriously? How about when you're watching Real Housewives? I don't care if you have 8 hours of episodes taped. How about you're sitting there taunting Project Runway? How about when you're watching Project Runway? How about being an example to your team and getting brochures ready right then? You got time to watch the rerun of that, to watch that live. What are you doing during that hour to help your business, to help you run your business for the next 4 days. What are you doing? What are you doing? Excuses. Here's one, fundraisers. Molly, I've gone to schools, I've gone to churches, I have gone to all these different people who say that they need money, but they don't want to do a fundraiser for me. Okay. So you need a success story, right? And you would really like for the success story to be yours, right? Right. Okay. Well, I don't get it. How could you not have a success story with that awesome, adorable Rory the lion? How could you not? Because let me tell you right now. Oh, Sharika, awesome girl, you're right. I'm on Molly's Friday night call, and Sharika doing books right now. She is saying, I think Molly's call is important, plus she's entertaining, she make me laugh, and I have to pee and all that stuff, and I get all that, okay? But she says, I can also get my business ready. I can also work on something that's going to help me this week get my business on the run. That's exactly what she's doing. And the rest of you now are going, oh my God, hold on, Molly, put it on pause. I'm going to go get some books right now to do it. Get them recruiting flyers in you. Don't forget the recruiting flyers. I'm going to go do it right now. I'm going to go stamp my books. Oh, it's such a good idea. Why weren't you thinking about that? Why not? If you don't say that you don't have time, you're okay. Look, kick back, have a glass of wine, have some Crown Royal, have something to sit back and listen to the call. It's all good. See, I'm in a different place in my business right now. If I had been doing live streams back in the day, oh my gosh, I would have been like bam, 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 bam. I've been stamping going, okay guys, what else y'all want to talk about? What you want to talk about? Oh, hold on, let me go get another case of book. I'll be right back. Okay, come on, I got to keep doing this. We can talk all day long, but I got to keep stamping in books and putting in recruiting flyers. That's what I would have been doing. That's what I would have been doing. Think about it. Your excuses. You think they're valid. They're not. They're not valid. So when you don't have a fundraiser, or you don't have somebody who will say, I want to do a fundraiser with you, Molly stone-bibb. You know what I do? I go out and I find a fundraiser. What do you mean, Molly, you go out and find a fundraiser? I go to a local police department, a local shelter, a local fire department, Salvation Army, somebody like that, somebody who, maybe homeless shelters, whatever they are, and I say, I have picked you. I have picked you. Avon and I, new Avon and I have picked you. You have a lot of kids that come through here who they come in here, they're sad, they're upset, their parents have lost their home, whatever it may be, maybe they're in an abusive situation, whatever it may be, somebody's house burned down, some kid, their parents were in an accident and they're scared. I have the ability that if I sell, for every $20 that I can raise, I can give you this really cute lion right here. And I have a goal that I want to give you 25 of them, Mr. Police Chief, Mr. Fire Chief, Mr. Head of this organization or that organization. And I've got a way that everybody I come in contact with, if they donate $1 to this cause, because I want you all to be my cause, if I donate, everybody I get to donate $1, for every $20 that's donated, you're going to get a lion. You're going to get a lion for this. I'm going to put their name on these lions. And by the way, the lions are all over my group and everything else, so you don't have an excuse. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And let me tell you something else. I'm not telling you you have to do this, but if you're in a position that you can, okay. So I'm going to give you a lion for every $20, but I make a commission off of this too. And I am going to give you 30% back to you for this organization when I'm done. If I sell 25 of these, I'm going to give you 30% more. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this for you. All I need you to do is let me come in here. Let me come in here and let me share it with all your guys. They could donate $1. Matter of fact, they could throw in a $20 bill, and there's a lion right there. Don't you think for this cause that's so great for your fire department, your police department, your homeless shelter, that everybody who works here, if we could get them to contribute or to share what they could do, don't you think this would be great? And then every customer I had, they got a flyer that said, would you like to add $1 to your order? For every $20 that I raise, I am donating a Rory the Lion to this shelter, to this police department, to this fire department. Would you like to give back during the holiday season? Because this is what I'm going to do for this organization. I just found my fundraiser. I did not wait for a school to say yes. I did not wait for an athletic director to say yes. I did not wait for a church to say yes. I did not wait for an organization I've been pitter-pattering to cut through red tape. I went, found my own fundraiser, said, yes, I can. I'm going to find somebody who has a need, and then I'm going to share what I'm doing. And to be real here, what if you don't sell 25 and you only sell 10? You just gave them 10 lions for an awesome cause to help some boy, some girl get through a really, really, really rough time. You can give them some of the money. Who cares if it's only $86? It's $86 more than they have. It has helped you with award sales. It has helped you give back to your community. It has helped you get more customers, because for every person who gives me that $1 that I don't know, that's not a customer, I am going to give them a brochure and a way to get a hold of me. Yes, I am. And now I am going to build my customer base with these people. They're loving me because I'm out there doing something of my own. Well, why aren't you doing this? Because you have an excuse. That if you cannot go out and find a school or a cheerleading squad or somebody doing that, which they're out there too, but that takes a whole lot of work. Why aren't you getting rid of that excuse and going out and finding your own? You could donate 10 of those lions to Toys for Tots. Are you kidding me? And let your customers be a part of seeing your success, of seeing your giving spirit, of feeling like because they gave $1, $5, $10, $20, they added it to their order and they made a difference. They made a difference because you gave them the privilege to make a difference in somebody's life. Molly, I just don't understand this whole building a team thing. I can't keep anybody, nobody, I can't do this because everybody wants me to do it for them. Molly, I got 18 people on my team. I got 27 people on my team. I got 57 people on my team. And you know what? I cannot get them to do anything to save my life. Molly, this leadership thing, there possibly is no money in this because I cannot get the people to do it. Well, let me tell you why you can't get the people to do it. You cannot get people to do it because, one, you're trying to get the same people to do what you've been trying to get them to do for the last 6 months, 6 years, 16 years, 26 years. Again, you trying to pick fruit off the same tree that you've gone ahead and picked all that fruit. It is a barren tree. If that representative is not doing anything, why in the world are you still trying to get them to do something? Why are you, I don't get it. Y'all get mad at me when you private message me and you say, I can't find a leader. I can't find this. People on my team are dropping off. You shouldn't be recognizing that if you're bringing more people on. Bring more people on, and the people who want to do something are going to show up. The problem is you're like, I have 40. That should be enough. Why can't 35 of them do the right thing? Why can't they be me? Because they're not you. They're not you. They don't have the same goals. They don't have, they don't have, they're not looking at things the way you look at them. You got to find people who are looking. Go to a different tree. Stop it. Don't act like the dumb scarecrow, okay? Don't be acting like that. Be smart. Be smart. Okay? Move on. You just come on, hit him in the head. Come on, hit him in the head. Come on, hit him in the head. How many times you gonna hit him in the head before you realize they ain't moved from that spot the last 18 times you hit him in the head? Stop it. You need to bring more people onto your team. Just like the brochures, I share all the time. I share the recruiting flyers all the time. I am always offering the opportunity. I always have my ears open to people who have needs. I am so sick to death and tired to try to get people on my team to perform who have no one to perform. They like to tell me they're going to perform, and it's just the jack in the box that says, surprise! It's not a surprise anymore, okay? It's not a surprise. I know your ass ain't gonna work until something changes in your life that you have to work. It's okay. Do your thing, baby. But in the meantime, I'm going out finding some people who want to work. You want to know how I got the bronze executive? Because I didn't sit around crying about the people who weren't doing anything. I went out and found people who wanted more than what they had. I found people who were broken, and a hot mess, just like me, and said, it's time. It's time. I need to change my life, and I need a way to do it that I don't have to give up my job right now. I don't have to do this. I want to work this my way. I'm not scared of work. I want to do whatever it is that I need to do. But can you help me with this? Because I'm telling you, you always so excited about your Avon thing. And every time I watch you on live stream or something, or I watch your video, you always so dang happy about what you do. I would just kill to be happy about what I do. Sometimes that's all it's about. That's all it's about. Finding somebody who decides that that's what they want. If you've got 10 people who aren't really doing anything, I need to ask you, how long have you had those 10 people on your team? A year? 6 months? 2 years? Why in the world do you still just have 10 people on your team? Why in the world haven't you said, oh my God, I got 10 people on my team, now I want 20. Oh my gosh, I got 100 people on my team. Woohoo, that is so great. Now I want 125. Always know. You're always going to have people who are going to fall off. You think direct sales is the only people who have that going on? Do you know how many people that Target hires? And I know this because I worked for Target for a while. Do you know how many people that they hired on the same day that they hired me? And I was, what, 41, 42 years old then? I was, what, I'm 50. No, I think I was older than that. I think I was like 40, 45, 46. I'm 54 now. When I went to work for Target for that time, they hired 27 people the same day they hired me. Do you know how many people were left after 3 months? 2. Me and one other person. They didn't show up. They didn't put their books out. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. They didn't share the opportunity. They wanted to be the boss, but they weren't willing to do the work they needed to do in order to be the boss. The boss has a job too. This is no different than other parts of your life. I mean, we have a brand new wellness line coming out. How many of you are truly taking these pills because we are the soft pilot on this. And how many of you are sharing and you're figuring, man, this is great. We got sleep pills, we got calm pills, we got multivitamins, we got them for women up to the age of 40, we got people who are experiencing 40 or plus menopause or whatever it may be, we got men's vitamins, we have all these other things that are coming. Man, I gotta tell you, wait, hold on one second. What was this that I just read, Lynn? Advice for the new nesters would help me be a new and leader that has a little challenging. Okay, Lynn, I'm going to talk about that for just a second. I know it's not really what we're talking about, but I'm going to talk about that with you, okay? This is what I'm going to tell you. There are so many people who have great intentions. Intentions don't pay the bills. They don't. They don't pay the bills. Your work, your hard work, and the fact that you want to find people who are not afraid of work, that's what's going to pay the bills. How you are as a customer service representative is going to get you more customers, because when people find somebody they like, whether it's a person who washes their car, whether it's the person who services them at the nearest sub shop, whether it's the person who does their manicure, their pedicure, their hair, whatever it is, when it is good customer service and they know what they're doing and they get the job down, people share. People share. The hair business that I go to, the people who do my hair, you know what? They're always turning people on to me because they're my customers. They're always making their customers my customers, and I appreciate them so much, and I give them exceptional service, and I make sure that out of respect for them that I give the people they send to me exceptional service. And when I go to the nail place and I leave a brochure and I say, oh, where did you get my brochure at? And they say, oh, I was at Brian's, and you know, that's where I found it. And I'm thinking, they allow me to leave those brochures in there. God bless them. I'm going to give these people exceptional service. When I go to other hair places and places where I leave brochures, ice cream parlors, and they let me leave their brochures there, and they say, oh, I picked it up here, and I say, oh, wow, that's so awesome. I want to make sure that I take care of these people. Oh my gosh, do you not understand the level of quit thinking that you're owed everything, and do unto others as you would have them do unto you? And just like the thing I talked about with Sharon's group, seriously, if somebody looked at you and said, no, I'm not going to do that for you, I'm not, it's not in the set, it's how it is, you're stuck with what you bought, you could see it in the book, take it or leave it, woman, it was only $10, do your deal. Seriously? I can hear you all saying that. You think that's okay? It's not. And even if you didn't want to switch it out, and that is your right not to, there is a way to present. There is a way to do it. And by the time you get done, the customer's like, okay, yeah, it's all good. It's okay. So let me shift gears just for a minute, because Lynn is, she's new at the leadership, and she was lucky enough. You weren't lucky. You worked your tail off. I take that off. Lynn, you worked your tails off. You got some nesters. People were nested to your damn lights. God, a mosquito bite got my hand, and I got to tell you something. It itches. What I get for not wearing my bug guard. Thank you. So Lynn, this is the second time around that I've gotten nesters, and I'm going to tell you what I learned from the first time around. A lot of the people that I got is people who were nested to me. They had been in this business longer than I had been in this business. It did not matter that I was a leader, or that I was, you know, selling at a higher level, and that I had been in a short amount of time. What I learned is that's nothing to toot your horn about. These people did not ask to be nested to your team. They were so that they would have any type of support they needed. So I'm going to give you a little word of advice here of what you need to do. Now, look at your LOA. Look at your length of association. If you've got people who've been in less than a year, it's just like people coming onto your team, and you know what, somebody who rolls up from your second or third gen or something, and you want to be there for them and reach out and say, I am so happy to have you on our team. With the departure of the district sales managers, Avon wanted to make sure that besides the Customer Insight Center, that you had somebody else that you could contact, that if you needed any help with anything, or you ran into something that you weren't sure you could deal with, that you had somebody that you could contact in case you didn't want to sit on hold for 3, 4, 5, 10 minutes, whatever it is. I want you to know I'm here for you. That's what I do with people who've only been in that long. For anybody who's been in longer than that, it is very simple. I am reaching out to you to introduce myself to you. I want you to know that with the district sales managers not in place any longer, that I am another line of support for you. Support. If there's something that has changed that you're not sure of, if there is an answer that you did not get clarity on and I could help you, I want you to know that I am here to help you in any way I can. And if I don't have the answer, I'm going to do everything I can to find the answer for you. I see how long you have been in Avon. There are probably many things that you could teach and share with me. Would love to be able to contact you one-on-one, get to know you, and see just what this Avon business has done for you and what you love about it. Please let me know a day and time that works for you. If you don't need me and everything is good, that is completely good also. My feelings aren't hurt. It's all good. Just know that, we kind of have a family atmosphere here, and I'm just here for you. Short, simple, Lynn. People who've been in this business longer from you do not appreciate people coming in telling them how they should run their business, when they should place their order, what they should do. Nesters did not ask to be nested. We have to deal with them with a lot of love, with a lot of patience, with a lot of respect. We are going to look, some of them go, oh, I would love to have your help. Oh, I would love to contact you. Oh my gosh. And I love the ones who've contacted with me. I have got nesters from the first round years ago that still are on my team doing their own thing, have never reached out in any way except to say thank you, with me emailing them or sending them a letter. All of them got a letter at that time. And I am okay with that, because those people, lucky for me, were placed on my team. And yes, I am making money on them. But if those people contact me in any way, I am there for them. I am there for them because if they are a little bit resentful, I want to say, I want to change your mind on this. I want you to know that, man, I am so glad that we are on the same playing field together. So it's a very humbling thing. It is. It can be very rewarding for you with these people, but I follow their lead. And Pamela, you're right. You had one respond. That's normal, sister. That's probably so normal. Don't be offended. Keep going. Do what you do for everybody else. Eventually they might reach out. If they don't, they know you're there. Oh, and one other thing, if you do have a business card, send them a business card, or if they have, you have their cell number. And if you don't have that Shuffle, well, I use now the Shuffle virtual business card, which is a great. You need to email or private message me about it if you don't know about it. $10 a month, best thing ever. It's not just about signing up or getting or selling. They do all that, but it's about saying, this is who I am. And if you need to get a hold of me, my contact information's on that. Send them a little note. Send them a little note with your business card and saying, man, I feel so lucky being able to partner with you. Show them the respect they deserve, that they are in this business. That is probably one of the number one things that I would say on that, okay? So I will tell you that people who come into you with nesting are no different than people who come in Sometimes they just come in with a little bit of attitude, but that's okay. We can work past that. But the important thing is that we make them feel like they are a part of something bigger than they ever imagined. When you've got people and their LOA is 999, and you know they've been in longer than that, baby, okay? But it's 999. I'm like this. I'm bowing to them. You still here? You've been through it all. It's good. I'm bowing to them. I have utmost respect for them. So love them, and sometimes we have to love them from afar because that's really what they want, okay? So that's what I suggest with that, with the nesting. As far as excuses, guys, get rid of them. I only touched on a couple of excuses, but I gave you answers for everything. You have to make what you're doing a priority. You've got to say, I'm not going to let what I've been telling myself forever is holding me back. You have to say, you are no longer going to hold me back. Whether it's a person, whether it's a job, whether it's the fact that because of all this you say you have no time. As I see it, unless you're living in a closet except for the time that you're on live stream with me once every other week, then you are out there doing some other things. You are out there with your kids at practice at the field. You are out there going to the bank. You are out there going to the store. You're out there picking up your prescriptions. You're out there going to the doctor's offices. If you're getting divorced, you're out there going to the lawyers. You know what I'm saying? There is some place you going. You going to a funeral? Take the books. Take the books with you. When they see them in your purse, I know somebody just died. Do you know I had books with me when my daddy died? Can I be honest with you? People saw my van and they wanted books at my daddy's funeral. And I know, you know, my daddy and I, we didn't get along a whole lot, okay? I get that. We had the best relationship. But thankfully, my daddy did something for me that day. He bought me some new customers. I was very, very grateful, okay? You got to be prepared with everything, okay? You got to be prepared for everything. And when you are, your business is gonna grow. It seriously is gonna grow, okay? And those of you who, there's so many of you, I know you're working on changing your attitude, okay? It's a struggle. I get it. The struggle's real. If I allowed myself to have a bad attitude every time I wanted to have a bad attitude, y'all would not be listening to me. You'd be saying, I can listen to that baloney anytime I want. I'm not going to listen to her about how bad her life is and how much she don't like stuff, because I could just be talking to myself in the mirror then. Don't be that person. If you know that you're a little hardened to this or that, it's never too late for you to change. It's never too late for you to change the type of customer service that you're giving. It is never too late for you to say, I'm not picking from the same tree any longer. I am doing what I need to do, and I am picking myself some new recruiting trees, and I'm going to go share this with other people. And if these other people on my team that are just laying there treading water, if they decide they want to catch up one day, good for them. But I got places to go, and in order for me to go to the places I want to go, I got to find people who want to do more than tread water. I want people who want to do the backstroke, baby. They want to do the breaststroke. They want to go. They want to go, and there ain't nothing stopping them. They ain't doing this dog paddle stop. They are going out and they are getting it done. That's what I need. I need people like that. That's why I'm where I'm at. I don't use the excuses. I say this is not an excuse. This is something that is giving me an excuse that gives me permission not to work my business. Don't be that person. You want to be higher, then do it. Do it and quit letting everything get in your way. That's what I say to you tonight. We are getting ready to go into fourth quarter in new Avon. And we have got a remarkable line that we are getting ready to have the honor to present to people everywhere who haven't seen us in years. Maybe they've had a bad experience with old Avon. We have the ability to give them a brand new experience with new Avon. And I know you all notice that when I talk about our company, seldom do you see me just hashtag Avon or talk about Avon. You will hear me and see me type every time new Avon, Instagram, Twitter, on my Facebook, when I am talking to my team. It is new Avon. LLC. We have new owners, we have new direction, we have new people and as our CEO and you know the president of sales and this. Look, we have got new people who are up there working their tail off to give us what we need. It's happening one thing at a time. They're not going to get it all at once, but they're getting it a little at a time. And I want people to know I'm not just talking about that old company that had all that old drama, that had all those old news feeds, the old company that did this, the old company that did that. No, this is new Avon, baby. We are different. We are better. We are headed for the top. I feel it. It's in my bones. I can't wait to tell more people about our company. I can't wait to share every new thing that's coming with my customers and anybody who wants to see it. Catch the buzz. Catch the feeling. If you want your team to do better, you must do better. If you want your team to get rid of the excuses, you must do it. And when you get rid of the excuse of your other members on your team, you will get out and you will obtain new members on your team. Maybe it'll be some of the nested people that you were rewarded. So I hope this has left you with a whole lot. Not so much of a butt kick in the night. I think we just could identify with what we needed to really look at. And if you really did want more, or it was just an excuse to say that. So have a great weekend and be ready. Put your tools in your tool belt. Be prepared for the war of saying, I want to have a successful business. I want to do better. I want to be amazing. I am not going to fail. My team is not going to fail. And if you want to catch up, that's cool, but I'm going after new people. We, as an Avon family, we are going places, my friends. And I want you all to come with me. That's why I have a group with over 16,000 of you in there, because we have a plan. We are all working our business different ways, but we are more than conquerors. We are people who have never given up on our company, and now we have the right people in place. So let's go forward and have the best fourth quarter we've ever had, okay? And I know Lee is going to have an amazing song for all of you that are on the phone, so you can hear that. And for everybody who's on the live stream, they won't let me share the song. They will cut this off. So I love you guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Facebook. You want to come wave? Come here. So everybody's still on here. It's my granddaughter, Skylar. Everybody say hi. Show her love. Show her love. You got my thing.
You got a pop.
Listen. The music. That's really playing.
Who? Who's playing?
That's playing. Poppy's handling the music over there. See all the hearts? They're for you. See all of them? They're all like, hi, Skylar. Hi, Skylar.
S-K-Y.
Huh?
Some people are spelling the name how it's actually spelled, like S-K-Y-L-E-R. I spell my name as Skylier.
Look why you have an I in your name.
I said my name's S-K-Y-L-I-E-R.
Huh?
S-K-Y-L-I-E-R is my name.
Yes, beautiful hair.
I got her into a pop socket. She has a palm tree one.
Never gonna know.